right, let's try this again. All right, good afternoon, everybody. And let's see if this works. I don't know, I'm trying. So there's stuff when this gets connected to the vehicle that sometimes it just cuts it off. And I'm not sure why, but anyway. So my nomads, my sojourners, my people that are just traveling back and forth to work, because sometimes you have a big commute that's almost like taking a journey, isn't it? So here I am in the van. The cords you see behind my head are for shore power. I have extended my stay at the Eagles Club for up until Friday. So I'll stay over Thursday night. All that stuff with my throat and my nose, and I wasn't sure if it was the canned heat bothering it. Turns out I actually have a cold now. So I'm not doing that on purpose. I wish I wasn't doing it at all. So I am canceling my work for tomorrow. I was up a lot coughing, and now we are doing the expectorant thing, if you know what that means. Which is good because it's not staying in. And my nose is stuffy. So I am going between over-the-counter meds, nose drops, nasal spray. We used to call them nose drops when I was a kid. And I'm going to try Mucinex to bring it up. So it is starting to loosen. It's not in my chest, thank the Lord for that. There's nothing going on there. But, yeah, so I am now sitting in the Walmart parking lot because I wanted to come to Walmart. I went to Starbucks and I asked for a wellness tea because years ago they used to say they had wellness tea. Well, maybe they did away with that title because maybe people were, oh, it's going to make me well. Instead of like, oh, it's going to help me along. So the girl gave me this one. It's a tea. I'm not a big tea drinker, y'all. It's mostly coffee. But I have to say, this isn't bad. It tastes a little bit like yesterday's garbage, but it's not bad. It's green honey citrus mint tea. I don't know. Yeah, it still has that weird taste. I figure if it's mint and it's citrus and it's honey, I'm not going to worry too much. Green tea is good for you anyway. So, and I probably should start drinking more tea anyway. I think that particular one is an acquired taste, but it's not bad. It's got a kind of an odd, but anyway. So we're sitting here in the Walmart parking lot, and Alona's resting, thank God. I'm going to take back off and go back down to Buckley. I did ask about, staying an extra night to rest, and they had said yes. Apparently you can stay there for 14 days. So for those of you who don't know, if you join this club, which I have joined it. I've done one to help children on Halloween, like to stuff the candy. They had a party right there, so the kids weren't, out on the streets doing trick-or-treating. And then there's another thing that they had just recently, Thanksgiving dinner to feed the families, and I stayed to do the dishes. I actually think that's where I got chilled because the back door was open, and I wasn't expecting that. The women get really hot when they're working in the kitchen because of the water and everything, and I actually like it because it's like a steam bath for me. But anyway, I think because it was warm and then they had that door wide open, I got a chill. And that's why this weather doesn't agree with me. I'm in, as you all know, I'm in Washington State. And Washington State is wet and cold. So about a year from now, I want to be done. And just going and doing, not done with van life, but done with staying in a climate like this. So that by this time next year, God willing and the creek don't rise, as they say, I would be able to just go. And go down to Arizona, or at least California, because California right now is 70 during the day and 49 at night. I can handle that. What I can't handle is when it gets to be 33 at night, 37 at night, 32 at night, and now there's frost on the windows. I'm saying this, and some young lady is walking around with booty shorts on. okay, I'm, freezing and they're going around booty shorts. Anyway, so where I'm staying is safe. There's always people around. I can eat in there if I want. I didn't know that. I can go get lunch in there. It's part of the thing. So, they do a lot of good work for the community, and they're very understanding. Because right now, the way things are with the house situation, I sold my house, so I'm in the van. I am not sorry that I did this. So, nobody start with me with that. See, because I called my daughter-in-law to tell her I didn't feel good, and was talking to her, and not talking to her, but texting, I should say. I didn't really call, I text, because when I talk too much, I'm gonna, but anyway, that means cough. And anyway, she said, well, I told you this was gonna happen. See? Now what are you gonna do? No. Yes, this could happen if I had a house, too. And what would I do there? Make something to drink, take medicine, and go to sleep. So there you go. So what do you think I would do? You do the same thing, darlings. It's a cold. Do y'all remember when we were kids? I used to get a head cold and you stay home from school. What did you do? You rested. Now I bought a thermometer just to be on the safe side. In case I have a low-grade fever, I might. I don't think I do. But, I can't always tell. So, I don't know if we can tell sometimes. So, anyway. I am going to go back to my spot. A little bit here is all... Oh, I forgot to give her treats. That's what it was. These are her probiotics. Dog is human is what it says on them. They do help. So, I'm going to give it to her. And I'm not going to work tomorrow because I don't want anybody else to get sick. And it's funny because I called the gym to cancel yesterday. I said, well, I can't come in, for my training session because of this. And I don't want to get people sick. And I'm not going to wear a mask wherever I go and then try to teach voice at my job because people have come in and tried to do and put a mask over. I don't even know where my masks are right now. They're probably in storage because I haven't had to use them in so long. So now it would be, wear a surgical mask type thing and forget it. I need to rest more than anything else. Van life is a little bit strenuous and I'm getting used to it. Now, once you get used to this, is this going to happen all the time? No, because you're going to learn. This is the one thing that people don't seem to get. You don't want to give up. You can't act like, well, I'm homeless. I don't have anything. I'm just going to give up and just live like trash. No, I'm not. And I'm not homeless. So knock it off. So, I am in my van. It is warm. It is safe. I found a safe place to be. I'm starting to meet nice people where I'm staying. And you will make friends. Now, they might not be, your best friends forever. Sometimes it might be. But right now, I'm just meeting people. And they're telling me, hey, your shirt really looks nice. Hey, how you doing today? Yeah, welcome. Just being open and friendly and nice. Just like regular everyday conversation. I just was in Walmart walking up and down the aisle. And a lady had a shirt similar to this, only it was gray. And she said, oh, look, we have the same shirts. And I'm thinking, well, yours is a gray sweatshirt with this design. I have a sweat, but it's close enough. You know what I'm saying? So, and she was an older lady. And I just turned around and I said, you know what? I know why. Because we have good taste. Stuff like that. Just joke around. And that's why I'm eating. And, sometimes to be out, honestly, you meet people and strangers that are really nicer sometimes than people that know you, that you think are your family and friends. And sometimes the strangers are nicer. Now, that's not always the case. I know that. I get that. And don't trust everybody you meet. I get that too. Keep your head on a swivel. Another thing of it is you will meet nice people is what I'm trying to say. and you're going to be okay. And ladies, if you're doing this, don't be scared. That's the one thing that will stop us is fear. So fear less. I'm doing a Bible study called Fearless. I started to do it on Facebook. I should pop it on here once in a while, at least for y'all. And it talks about trusting in God. You know, showing him reverence. Like they say, the beginning of, you know, to fear the Lord. You know, you should have, fear the Lord. That doesn't mean you're scared of him, like where you're ducking and wanting to hide under the covers. Have that reverence for him. Know that he is God who made heaven and earth and made you and all of creation. When I sit out here, I'm just sitting in the parking lot right now, I can see a whole line of trees. Washington State is full of mountains, trees, very, very beautiful nature. Honestly, if I didn't stay down there, I probably would try to stay at Kanaska Palmer State Park. And I would have my shore power there. The only thing is it rains and the trees do fall down. And I don't want a tree falling on my van. So I'm kind of in an area where it's a main road. It goes up and down. So, and I can hear traffic at night, but then it stops at a certain point. There are people that come through there, use the dump station. They just kind of smile at me as they're literally right in front of me. And I don't care. It's fine. But they said, you know, the Eagles will work with you. They do. And I do want to do more with them. I can't say enough about them because, and the reason why I'm saying that is because they actually, you know, show empathy and sympathy and compassion. And I told them the situation, and I have no house to go into, and I'm not allowed to go into my family's home. So since I can't go over there, and I don't want to go in there right now while I'm sick anyway, but I mean, even if I weren't, I'm not supposed to go in there. So, and that's okay. So there are other people that will help me. That's just how it is, you know. And the Lord will send those who he wants to send. And he'll separate you from those he wants to separate you from. And it may be for a time, for a little while, it may be permanently. I don't know. And it's not always easy. So none of this is going to be super easy. And I don't want to make you all sad and like, oh, and I'm not homeless. And I'm not without resources. Think about it. I sold a house. I'm not a dummy. I sold a house. I didn't take every single cent that I got from the house and pay for the van. I will make payments on the van. I will make double payments on the van. Pay it off sooner. And as more money comes in, because it will, then I will pay this off. When I sell the travel trailer, because I do want to sell a teardrop, when that gets up there and that is sold, that will be totally paid off. So I'm going to do that. And then that debt is gone. This debt will be gone in half the time. And then the credit card debt. And then I'm debt free. And once I'm debt free and I don't have, how much is that? About $600? Yeah, $600. That $600 a month is mine. So, but the bottom line is, for where I'm staying, guys, what it cost for Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and Thursday night for 5 nights is what I would probably pay for a room in a hotel for 1 night. So, and like I said, I have shore power. I'm learning how to use that, guys. I have to push the little button to reset it. I didn't know you had to do that, but I'm learning. Look at, I've even got orange juice. All right, something. But you're gonna find ways to do things. You will. Be resourceful, but don't give up. Don't sit there and go, what am I gonna do now? Poor me. Well, when you do this, you better have a little fund on the side. I have an emergency fund on the side, which I'm not touching. I want to add to that. So I'm keeping the one account and an emergency fund. So I could transfer more into there, but right now, I'm just going to leave things as they are. Get over this, back to where I am, and I feel better. And then I will go and do what I need to do, and I'll be fine. But I wanted to touch base with you and let you know you can be sick in your vehicle. I am now just sitting here in the Walmart parking lot, and I am going to get on the road soon and go back to where I was. And once I get there, I'll walk Lola again. She'll get another treat again. And I'm going to lay down. And I'm just going to take a nap. And I'm going to take a nap, and I'll get up when I get up. I'll eat when I want to eat. I'll talk on the phone when I want to talk on the phone. I have a potty in here. Oh man, why? Why? There's another spot, two cars down. No, right next to me. Right next to me. Yeah. There we go. Well, at least they're smiling at her. Lola. Thank you for trying to help me. I knew when he parked there. I'm like, man, you couldn't go like 2 more cars down. All right, well, it's okay. You know, you're going to get frustrated with certain things you're not. And now what are they doing? I'm still hearing boom, bang, bang, boom. They're going to walk right behind the van. I got my backup lights on. Lola, sit down. And I have a car pulling out, backing out. And these people just walk directly behind the van. Hold on, guys. Let's try to move this puppy. Anyway. Move Lola puppy and this puppy. So that's what's going on. And I wanted you to know. So what I ask from you, my dear friends, is, you know, I'm glad you're on here. And just kind of checking me out, making sure. Some of my friends just check it out to make sure I'm okay. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Say a prayer, though. I'll take all prayers I can get. So y'all can pray for me and, you know, just so that I get well sooner than later. And I'm not always going to stare at you guys because I have to drive. But, we're going to hit speed bumps. And you're going to hear things bounce around in here. Because they do. Kaboing, kaboing. But I'm glad I went out. I start to feel better after I'm out a while, but I don't want to push it because then I get tired, right? And which is telling me, you know, you're not 100%. You just got this illness or cold or whatever. And it's going to take a few days. And then get my strength back. So at least by Monday, I pray I get my strength back. I would prefer before then. But I think by Monday, I'll start to be feeling a lot better. Oh, dear. And now we're all going to be stuck up here. Oh, well. Such is life. So just kind of look at that. You know, like, hey, it happened. Oh, well. It is what it is, guys. Yeah, there's an emergency clinic across the street. I'm not doing that. See, everybody stopped because they know you got to make a left, but I got people behind me just going around me, passing me, which is stupid because now our line is free to move. And if you try going around now, guess what? You're going to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Don't do that. But anyway, I'm going to go back to and go hunker down. Take my meds. I'll take my meds. What should I say? I'm off my meds. That ain't scare y'all. Yeah, I'm off my meds, man. Now I'm going to go take my cold medicine. And because I didn't want to take everything, you know, you don't want to be sitting in Starbucks or wherever, and start pulling out a bunch of medicine. Like, okay, and I got to take my allergy pill, and I got to take this pill, and then I'm going to take that pill. And they're like, why does she have 4 or 5 pills in front of her? So, and I try to space them apart so that they're not all, together. But, and I don't have a lot of regular medicine to take. It's usually just allergy and lisinopril 10 milligrams, which is a small dosage. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. So it's gloomy, it's rainy, and that's been 20 minutes. So look, I'm at a light, so I'm going to tell you guys. Aloha nui loa. Love you much. Mahalo nui loa. Thank you so much for tuning in to Van Life with Minister Mary. Yes, I'm not all made up today because there's no point. I'm going to have to blow my nose and do the expectorant thing. You don't know what that is, look up the word. I'm not going to give gory details. Anyway, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to go back and go chill out. Do my Bible study. If I get a little bored and I find that my strength has returned a little bit, I can drive back up here again. I mean, it's like, what, 4 miles, 5 miles down the road? Like, hello. Yeah. But I am going to eat. And I'm going to make sure I eat because that's one of the things I tend to neglect is that when I'm busy and I've got things to do. So, but hey, in our last few minutes together here, do me a favor, y'all. Love one another as the Lord has loved you. He does love you. He made you. He created you. He put special skills in you that are just specific for you. So don't be jealous of somebody else's skills, by the way, because I'm seeing that now with the kids in school. Well, they're better at math than me. They're better at reading than me. Why do I have this problem with reading? You know what? Somebody might be a math whiz, right? And they're a genius in many levels. But they can't push a broom and keep their house clean to save their life. It almost looks like a catastrophe, right? Because they're not a good housekeeper. On the other hand, you might love to clean. I actually do. I'm one of those that actually do, believe it or not, by Ripley. And I like to clean. I do. I used to have my own house cleaning business, and I did that because I liked it. I like to vacuum. I like to do dishes. I know that's weird. I like to do laundry. I'm okay with that. I can vacuum. So with all those things, I like to do all those things. But now don't ask me to solve major math problems because that ain't happening. I can read very well, and I did good in the school, but there's some things I'm just good at and some things I'm not because it's not meant for me. So that's my bottom line is, it's not meant for me to be. If we were all the same, it would be so boring. It would just be so boring. If we all looked alike, we were all the same color, we were all the same aptitude, we were all of the same intelligence level or the IQ level or whatever you want to say, whatever you want to call it. That would be so boring. Sheesh. So, you have talents that God has given you that are specific for you. And it drives me bonkers when people, and it's fine, I mean, I know they just do it to be cute. But they'll say, well, you play piano and you play guitar and you play ukulele and you sing and you dance and what don't you do? And I have my own business with music and dance, and then I have my own cleaning company, and I'd work at the studio, I'd work cleaning in the morning, I would do that other stuff until nighttime, Zumba instructor as well, minister, counsel people. Okay, that's a nice long list, right? And they would be like, what don't you do? And I'll look you straight in the eye and say, I don't cook. Honey, I don't cook. So there you go. I mean, I've tried recipes that come out, no. I can make eggs and toast, and I can make hot dogs, and I can do spaghetti, and I can do, you know what I'm saying? Like simple stuff. I can cook in a crock pot just fine. Like making chicken and pork and stuff like that. But don't ask me to make a meal, like a gourmet meal. You're asking the wrong one. You better get somebody that knows what they're doing, because that ain't me. Now when it comes to that now. But see, that's not my specialty. That's not my talent. So no. I can sing to you while you're cooking. But I can't. Don't ask me to do the cooking. Now, doing the dishes after, cleaning up, no problem. Yeah, I got you. So that's what I mean. So don't be jealous of somebody else. Love one another. Help one another. If somebody is lacking in a certain area and they need help, well, go help them. If you see a need, fill it. And always keep Jesus front and center. What are you going to do if he's not in your life? I mean, if you do not have Jesus front and center in your life, and you are on your last breath, who are you going to call on? You know, you ain't going to call on Uncle Bob, Joe, or Pete down the street. Because they can't do a thing about it. So, have Jesus in your life and in your heart. Tell him you are sorry for the sins you have done. And try to turn from that. You know, you want to repent. And get to know Jesus. Just get to know him. It's not a religion, it's a relationship. And I'm going to say that over and over again because it's true. People always think somehow it's a religion. Well, I'm not this and I'm not that. And I don't want to go to that church. No. Who's talking about church? I didn't say nothing about that. Get to know Jesus. He'll guide you anyway. You'll end up where you're supposed to end up. Whether it be a church or whether it be a small group or something. He'll put you where you're supposed to be. Don't worry about it. So that's that. Now, I'm going to skeety daddle back here. What am I doing? Oh. You know, this road is crazy. I got to tell you about this road. Story time. So now I'm in a section that says, go 55. Section before that, go 45. I'll come out of the 55 towards the end here, and then I'll say, go 35. And then you get further up if I keep going, like, you know, towards the next town. And we'll say, go 30. Go 40. Go. Can you just pick one speed and leave it, please? I'm so confused. Right now, let's go 55. I just came off of going 45. Before that, 40. Then down there, it'll say 35. Who made up this stuff? Why don't you just keep it 45 right straight down and call it a day? Anyway. And then it'll say moose crossing. What? I haven't seen a moose since I've been living here. Not that they can. I've seen deer. But I'm like, and raccoon. What? Why does it say keep hands on the steering wheel and a couple of hands on the steering wheel? Does that need me to squeeze the steering wheel? Like, why does it do that? And so you'll hear that weird noise. I'm like, what? Keep your hands on the steering wheel. I haven't taken them off the steering wheel. Sheesh Louise. Anyway. It's probably the sensor. Anyway. Yeah. So anyway, we're on the drive back towards my place. I'm going to hunker down. And that's that. Which is why, right now, I'm not going to let go of the steering wheel. Because it'll just say, your hands aren't on the steering wheel. Car, my hands are on the steering wheel. Sometimes I think they do too much for these cars. They're like, lane assist, let's pull you back in. Yeah, and you pull me towards another car, dummy. And it'll be like, keep your hands on the wheel. They are. You mean squeeze the wheel? What do you mean, have a desk grip on the wheel? What? Anyway, that's kind of annoying. But that's the way these new cars are. The newer ones. You didn't have that years ago, remember? You got in the car and, hey kids, just jump in the back. Is there a seatbelt back there? You know. Now granted, wear your seatbelt, but I'm just saying, remember back in the day? You lane assisted yourself. Or a cop would be behind you. What lane are you in? So anyway. I'm almost there. Yay. Because I'm looking forward to walking her one more time, giving her a treat, and taking a nap, y'all. I gotta call somebody back that I'm starting to talk to. I'll take my Mucinex and do my expectoring. pray for me. The Lord will get rid of this cold. Oh, there we go. 35. You go strictly from 55 to 35. Like, there's a sign. Slow down. What? I'm so confused. There's some beautiful clouds in the sky. The sky is mostly all clouds today. But up by the mountains, oh my gosh. They're like little puffy cotton balls. Well, big puffy cotton balls. Like a whole row of cotton balls. All joined together. Does that make sense? The sun is behind those clouds, so you can see that sun. That's what I mean, you know. Get to know the Lord. I mean, He made those clouds. He made those trees. He made those mountains. If you think that just came out of a big bang, well, I don't know then. Go take your Play-Doh, throw it on the table, and go bang and see what happens. Because I'm going to tell you it's not going to do much. Now, if the Lord wanted to use the big bang, then let Him use it. And then He'll shape and grow things as He wishes. And He is God Almighty, and He loves you. So, and He gave you those talents, like I told you about. So just get to know Him. Ask Him into your life and heart. Hey, Jesus, I need you in my life and heart. I can't do this without you. And I can't get well without Him. And I'm going to trust that He's going to get me well. You're going to hear that little voice in the back of your head sometimes from the, from the evil one that's going to, because there's both good and evil. Y'all know that. The movies are even like that, good and evil. And that one's going to tell you, who do you think you are? Nah, He ain't going to help you. It's just a minor cold. Why are you praying for that? There are people that have other things wrong with them, more serious. Yeah, they do. And you got this. So guess what? Say a prayer. Because I'm going to ask you to pray for me. Now I'm going to come back up here to where I'm going to Hunger Day. And they have lunch today, and there are people over there. And if I felt better, I would have lunch too. This is not a bad place to be. It really isn't. How was your parking at? Oh, it had fewer holes in it. Mister, why did you park there? No, I can't make a decent turn in here with your big truck. What's with these people that have F-150s, y'all? I like them, don't get me wrong. I think they're a cool truck. But why y'all park in weird spots? Now, why do you tailgate? You have a big truck, great. I wish I had a big truck. But, you know what? Oh, Lordy. Somebody's doing the dump thing. So now, I gotta figure out how to get in there, and they're blocking the way. So, sorry, I got a hangnail. I hate hangnails. They hurt. Anyway, so, well, mister, let me do some maneuvering here. And guess what they got? They got a big Dodge truck. They got a truck. And they're pulling a trailer. And that's all fine and dandy. Well, to get to my spot, thank God nobody else is here because I can make a big loopy-doop, loop around. And that's how I'm going to get in my spot. And the people are still next door. They were next door the other day. And they don't bother me. Not at all. Aw, man, don't do that. Squirting water all over the place. Put it in your face and squirt it, okay, buddy? Why would you do that? You're dealing with your black tank, and I understand you have water there. But now you're making a big mud puddle. Oh, Lord. Some people are so good at this, and some people just aren't. I know, huh? I know, huh? Oh, I'm going to get close to my shore power here. Lola, stop. There we go. You want me in the video before we get off? These good, kind people have listened to me for 34 minutes. Or maybe they gave up a long time ago. I don't know. Why is he washing the ground? Here. Here. You gonna look? Say hi. I'm so cute. I'm riding in a... Lola. Lola. Well, that's what she's gonna do, is what I tell you. Now this guy goes away. But I'm going to cover my window because if I don't, then this is what I'm going to get. I ought to buy fancy curtains and put them in the front. I am just going to put up my black curtains. I'm not going to put up the whole thing. Lola! Shh. Well, then, okay. Here. Say hi to the people. All right, here. I'll back up. You can come on my lap. Here. There we go. There you go. All right, so let me get off of here, you guys. It's 35 minutes. I don't like to be quite that long. Somebody just jumped on my lap. Here, we're going to look at the window together. Okay, let's look at, what do we see? What do we see? I don't want to be showing too much stuff because you never know how people feel about you showing their stuff, right? There. There. Say hi. All right, guys. Do what I tell you. Love one another as the Lord has loved you. Do what I tell you. And, guys, help one another. What are you doing? She's like, what did you eat? I had a bagel. I know. You already had your doggy food. You want a doggy treat? Yeah? You want a cookie? Oh, okay. Well, you have to wait because I have to get it out. All right, so I'm going to give her a cookie and I'm going to go ahead and go rest. That's why I got to cover the window. She'll go in the back with me, though, so it'll be okay. Oh, Lord Jesus. No, I didn't. That did not just happen. Father. You know about the plumber's crack? Yeah, well, that and then some. What happened? Let me look at the sky. Anyway, I just happened to turn my head that way. Oh, Lord. Okay, we're just going to look out the window because that man's pants is falling down. Like, you don't even just see undies. So you see, yeah, a little bit more than necessary. Okay. If you guys are cleaning up with your vehicles, please have clothes on. All right, I'm going to go on the back, and I don't know, he seems to be struggling, and I'm going to get her to go outside. Yes, but you're going to go the other way. You're not going to bother this guy, okay? He seems to be just all confused. I don't know. Maybe he's just trying to clean everything. I don't know. Oh. And it's brown. And it's not mud. All right, so anyway, that's what happens at a dump station. Oh, well. Maybe that's why he's using the water so much. I will see you guys in the next video. I'm not even going to turn the camera that way. I don't want you to all be shocked. But, yeah, like I was. I might watch my program, Blacklist. And go watch Mr. Reddington, James Spader, who was a brilliant actor. See, now that's his gift and talent. And prior to that, if you look up his biography, he was a janitor and, you know, swept things and cleaned things and construction, you know, that kind of work. And he said he felt that that's all he was really equipped to do. But then he has a mind that when he looks at stuff, he remembers it, like, immediately. He doesn't have to, like, study like some of us do, right? That's his talent. And if he didn't have that talent, he wouldn't be maybe in the business he's in. And we wouldn't be able to enjoy his wonderful performances. And how, you know, how good he is at all his roles, right? And that's his talent. Just see. Lola, your talent is barking. I know. Look. Your talent is barking, but we don't need you to bark. Shush, 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 shush. All right, guys. I'm getting off here for real. Because, yeah, I'm seeing more than I need to see. I'm going to look at the blue sky and the clouds and the gray sky. Phew. Good. That was too much. That was too much of an eyeful. This is not, you know, dump and strip. Anyway. So I'm going to move on, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for hanging out with me this long. I know I had to drive to get here, and then I've got Missy Ma'am here getting anxious, so I'm going to take care of her. I will talk to you in the next video. She's watching for that guy. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Aloha and shalom. Bye for now. I'll see you later. I'll say a little prayer that I get better quick.